In this video, we are going to see about decimal to octal conversion and decimal to hexadecimal conversion by using repeated division method. First, let's see about how to convert decimal to octal conversion by using repeated division by 8 method. Here, we have to divide the number by 8. Here, our conversion method is octal conversion. So, octal means 8 numbers totally, 0 to 7 numbers. So totally we are having 8 numbers, so we have to divide by 8. Here we have 2 steps. First step, repeatedly divide the given number by 8 until we get the quotient less than 8. It is important, until we get the quotient less than 8. When the quotient is less than 8, we can stop the process. Then finally we can write the result. How to write the result? We have to write the result from last remainder to first remainder along with the last quotient value. Next we can see example how to convert 107 to proper octal number. Here first consider the number 107, divide by 8. We are getting the quotient as 13. 13 8s are 104, 3 as a remainder. So now we check whether our new quotient is less than 8 or not. It is not less than 8, which is greater than 8. So again we have to divide the new quotient by 8. Now we are getting 1 as a remainder, 1 as a quotient and 5 as a remainder. 1 8s are 8, so 5 is a remainder. So again you check it whether new quotient less than 8 or not. Yes, it is less than 8. So we can stop the process and write the result. How to write the result? We have to write the result from bottom to top. This arrow shows how to write the result. Here when you write the result, first you have to write the last quotient value 1. Then last remainder value, then you write first remainder value. So 153, which is the proper octal value for decimal number of 107. Next we can see another one example. Convert 65 to the base 10 into its equivalent octal number. Like that same procedure. First you divide the 65 by 8. We are getting 8 as a quotient and 1 as a remainder. You know 8 8s are 64. So 1 as a remainder. So now we check whether the new quotient less than 8 or not. No, it is not. It is equal to 8. So again we have to divide the new quotient by 8. So now we are getting 1 as a quotient and 0 as a remainder. So we can stop the process and write the result from last quotient value 1 and last remainder value 0 and first remainder value. Here 101 is the octal number for given decimal number 65. Next another example, convert 15 to the base 10 to octal number. We know when you divide 15 by 8, we are getting 1 as a quotient and 7 as a remainder. So 17 is the octal number for 15. Next we can see how to convert decimal number to hexadecimal number. Here we have to divide the given decimal number by 16. Why we have to divide the number by 16? Hexadecimal means 16 numbers. Numbers from 0 to 9 along with the alphabets A to F. So we have totally 16 numbers. So we have to divide by 16. So here also we have that same two-step process. First step, repeatedly divide the given decimal number by 16 until you get the quotient less than 16. When the quotient becomes less than 16, you can stop the process and write the result. Finally, how to write the result? Write the result from last remainder to first remainder along with the last quotient value. Now we can see the example how to convert a given decimal number into its equivalent hexadecimal number. Here our given number is 31. When you divide the given number 31 by 16, we get the quotient as 1 and remainder as 15. 1 16s are 16. So our remainder value is 15. Now we check our new quotient value less than 16 or not. So it is less than 16. So we can stop the process and write the final solution. How to write the final solution? One important thing here, if the number is greater than 9, we have to convert our number into alphabets. How to convert it? Already we have studied this. So instead of 10, we have to write A. Like this, B is equal to 11, C is equal to 12, D is equal to 13, E is equal to 14, like F is equal to 15. So instead of 15, here we have to write F only. So final solution we can write last quotient with its remainder value. Last quotient is 1 and our remainder is 15. Instead of 15, we have to write F. So 1F is the proper hexadecimal value for 31. Next we can see another one example, 171 to the base 10 to its equivalent hexadecimal value. Here also we can divide 171 by 16. We get 10 as a quotient and 11 as a remainder. We know 10 16s are 160. So remainder is 11. So now we check whether our new quotient value less than 16 or not. It is less than 16. So we can stop the process. So finally we can write the result from last quotient value. So last quotient is 10. So we are not able to write that same 10. We have to convert into alphabets. So the alphabet for 10 is A. So A is equal to 10. The previous one we have seen. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 11. So in this manner we have written here. Instead of 10 we have written A and instead of 11 we have written B. So AB is the proper hexadecimal number for given decimal number 171. Question of fractional decimal to binary number. Here you would learn how to convert fractional decimal number into binary number by using repeated multiplication by 2. Here first you should know what is fractional decimal number. You should know what is real number. In this number we have two parts. First one is left part of the decimal point and right side of the decimal point. Left side of the decimal point called it as integer part and right side of the decimal point called it as fractional part. Here we are going to see how to convert this fractional part into binary number. Already we have studied how to convert integer part of the decimal number into binary number. Here we have repeatedly divide the given number by 2 until you get the quotient as 1. Here in this fractional conversion, we have to multiply the given fractional number by 2 until you get the fractional number as 0 or repeated fraction value. Let's see an example. Convert 0.2 into its equivalent binary number. Here our given number is 0.2. We have to multiply the given number 0.2 by 2. We get 0.4. In this number we are having two parts. One is integer part and another one is fraction part. This integer part also called it as carry part, carry of the number. Here we have to discard this carry part and we have to consider only the fractional part. Again we have to multiply the given fractional part by 2. We get 0.8. Again we have to write it into integer part and fractional part. Here 0.8 is our fractional part. Again we have to multiply this fractional part by 2. We get 1.6. Again we have to split into integer part and fractional part. 1 as a integer part and 0.6 as a fractional part. Again we have to multiply the given fractional part into 2. We get 1.2. Here 1 is our new integer part and 0.2 is our fractional part. In each time you have to check whether our fractional part is 0 or repeated or not. It is not repeated. Again we can continue the same process. So we multiply again this 0.2 by 2. We get 0.4. Here 0 is our integer part and 0.4 is our fractional part. This 0.4 is repeated in the first step. So we can stop the process and write the result. Here we have to write the result from top to bottom. First integer part to last integer part. Here we have to write the answer only the integer part. We don't write fractional part. We have to use fractional part only for multiplication. For final answer we have to write by using integer part. integer part we have tried from top to bottom. Here 0.00110 is the binary number for corresponding decimal number of 0.2. Here don't forget to write 0, which is fractional number. Okay. Next we can see the steps, whatever steps we have to follow. Here first multiply the given decimal fraction by 2 and note the integer part. Here we are multiplying given fractional number by 2 and note the integer part. Integer always 0 or 1 only. We don't get any other numbers. So we have to note integer part as well as fractional part, which is the first step. Step 2, we have to discard the integer part of the previous product, multiply the fractional part of the previous. So here we have to discard this integer part, we have to multiply only the fractional part by 2 again. So next repeat the step 1 until the same fraction repeats or terminates by 0. Here the same product is repeated, so we have stopped the process. So next final answer we have to write from first integer part to last integer part. Here we have written the answer from first integer to last integer. So next we can see another example, how to convert 20.6 to the base 10 to binary number. Here we have two parts, integer as well as fraction, both parts are given. If both parts are given, first you have to convert the integer part into binary number, then you have to convert the fractional number into binary number. For converting integer number, we have to divide the given number by 2. Use dash shape. We divide the given 20 by 2, we get 10 as a quotient. These are all called as a quotient values. Quotient, these are remainder value. 0 as a remainder. Again we have to divide the given number by 2. We get 5 as a quotient and 0 as a remainder. Again we divide by 2, we get 2 as a quotient, 1 as a remainder. Again we have to divide the new quotient by 2, we get 1 as a quotient and 0 as a remainder. So when you get 1 as a quotient, you can stop the process. So next we can write the answer from bottom to top. In this integer conversion, we have to write answer from bottom to top. For this fractional conversion, we have to write the answer from top to bottom. Top to bottom. This arrow shows how to write the answer. So here the proper binary number for 20, 10100. Here we have written here. Like this we have to convert the fractional part into binary number. So for conversion of binary number, we have to multiply by 2. Here we get 1.2, 1 is integer and 0.2 is fraction. We have to discard this 1 and multiply the 0.2 by 2. We get 0.4. Here 0 is our integer part, 0.4 is fractional part. Again we have to multiply this new fraction by 2, we get 0.8. 0 is our new integer and 0.8 is our fraction, new fraction. Again we have to multiply new fraction by 2, we get 1.6. 1 is our integer and 0.6 is our fraction. So again we multiply by 2, 1.2, 1 is our integer, 0.2 is our fraction. This 0.2 repeated, so we can stop the process. Then finally we have tried the answer from top to bottom, 10011, which is the fractional binary number for 0.6.